Hi, I've had a lot of videos about civil rights and I've done a lot of education about it. Not education, I was just doing a lot of studying about it, and during a time where they were framing me like a David Bain case, I was trying to clear my name, and also I'd gone to Sweden to get away from the persecution and the human rights abuses of the crime of denying me the right to my rights to say that I've been abused. I had had sexual violence of my breasts out, and all these people were going to all the social groups saying that I was a liar and not to believe me, and it had something to do with the police, I believe. Here's what I want to say. This morning I went and got some groceries. I went and bought some coffee. All my coffee's been stolen this morning out of a house. This is the kind of thing they do to make you run, and they're also making a massive book about my accommodation like I steal and I'm innocent. I am innocent. I am willing to go under lie detectors. I have done nothing wrong. There were men paying. I've been stalked horrifically for almost 8 years. Now, the only reason you would put me on a gang stalking program is to murder me. Like, I've watched some videos about it, and they try and make you look like you're delusional. They make you look like you're crazy. The thing is if I am so crazy, why do I not have the same access to going on Facebook, the same access to my identity? I can't access my identity. It never gets sent to my addresses. I've paid for about 3 or 4 and it never comes to me. They have been entering my homes everywhere around New Zealand ever since 2022. So as soon as I got here and left my mum, and I'm going to tell you this, Marina cried about 2022, and I was going back to New Zealand, and she started crying, like not heavily, just lightly, and she just sort of grabbed my shoulder. She was like, do you think that that's the right thing to do? And I said, look, I can't work here. Every time I go to work, some guys are saying I've got a soggy ass. And she was like, yeah, but why don't you go to Fair Work? And I said, I've tried to go to Fair Work. They make it really hard to prove everything. So these support systems that are meant to support us during crisis have just really denied me the right to any support and made things exceptionally hard and made me gaslit so much and trying to report me as mentally ill when I'm not. Today I'm very angry that they've come and stolen my coffee, and I'm really angry that this person's father from LA, this corn pop, has stolen from me and made this massive racism of Maori against me. I don't like it. Well, I've really had enough about it. And then, you read a lot of reports. The problem in Auckland was all India, the brutality of the violent videos of sexual abuse was from India, making me lower class. And they just went on this mission to make me the ugliest of the world. And I'll call it ethics. Even if you are pumping a lot of money into producing these women into clear dancers of this country, or even if, the reason I'm responding is not because I'm crying out for help, but it's more than that. People must have known what I was like in the past, and I do have integrity at work. I do. At home, I'm chilled out. I'm a different person, and all my references say that I was a lovely person. You seeing me skits out in my house, I'm having breakdowns, and it's not mental illness, it's violence. They're not letting me have the social support I'm used to. They've taken away the ecosystem of love and support and nurturing and nourishing that I'm used to, that I built for myself, and said that all of my food source is actually to go to the Maori. And I'm just saying, they have gone to my family and killed off my family in Australia. I don't owe these people anything. They've just used me in political violence. I got told Steve was persecuting me over there about John, basically, and gone to Marina, and I didn't do anything to deserve that. And I don't understand. It's like, no matter how much proof I get, it's never good enough. Well, I can go in with a smacked face and tell somebody, and the cop just says, hey, do you know what the cop said to me when my face was smacked down? He said, oh, you've got a reputation of being a liar around the police station. So there's a lot of people going in, damaging my reputation. And it's like, well, so why am I raped then? Here's where the ball failed, is they started to build an empire down in Christchurch. And in that time, they were really making me look like a loser and a trash bag. And then they started to make out I had this dark mind, which I don't. I've just started to be very aggro about people violating my privacy. And that's the thing, is justice only if you're hot influencers, or is justice only for Epstein Island pedophiles? Because at this stage there's been some real serious cult-like activity through the blonde violence in Maori, who had put me on some dark internet and have been torturing me in all these different channels. And I think, I've got this really serious question. Is there some masked men like ISIS that have got some snuff tape of me blackmailing my friends that they're going to hurt me or something? I'd like to see it. Because the thing is because they put on so much propaganda, I don't get the proof. Here's the thing that these serial killers are after me, and they're clowns, and they wear balaclavas. They've got tattoos of balaclavas on their forearms. They've got tattoos of lions on their arms. They cry in public and act like they're so sensitive. Here's the thing. Why all the times I've been collecting my hair, I want to get my hair tested for chemicals, because I'm going through a lot of abuse where I feel really sick, and they keep stealing my hair. I need somebody to step in and say that I'm a victim, because you're not giving me victim support. What matters is hot pussy, hot proud Marys. It's not good enough. It's not. You can say I'm arrogant, and I'm not. I'm just at a point where it's nobody stood up for me. I stood up for me. I got squashed. You keep making out I'm a bug, and I'm not. I was thriving. Every time I go to a job, these Samoans are watching me through my phone and send all their family members, and I'm feeding their family for years. They're eating off my table. They're eating off what my family built for me. They're eating what I built for myself. I built my own friendships, but they killed me overseas in Australia in a massive water bill that I was trash quality, and I don't have a name without my mum. But I did have a name without my mother. I did. These people knew me, but my ex and these girls and these Asians and these Indians, all these different people went down there, and my landlord, making out I've got this cold heart, which is a load of crap, because all of my artwork was about crying about losing my family, and all they seem to do is every time I'm sensitive and upset and have real violent things happen and I have needs, they seem to advertise me as ugly and unworthy of compassion, and I'm the bitch, I've done all this nasty stuff to all these people, or look at all of her fits of rage. And it's but they don't tell you how they're getting this information. They don't tell you this is trespass. I want somebody to come with me. I want somebody to help me set up billions of cameras, because why would they take all of my coffee that I bought this morning? Why are they going through absolutely all of my information for the last 7 years if they're not robbing who I am as an identity? I have a special gift with my ancestors. I didn't owe anybody karma. I put good karma into good dharma into the country. I put a lot of time into charity. I put a lot of time into helping people, with their goals. I put a lot of time into making friends. I mean, that's not good dharma, but it's just, I did a lot of time with people, and I shouldn't, for somebody that was so sensitive and didn't like conflict, I avoided it. They keep throwing me into situations where I have to fight. And just, they're going around acting like they're peaceful, but they're more sadistic, stronger, and have extreme advantage. Why, since I've moved in here, they've managed to chemically abuse me again? I've had nothing but extreme chemical violence as soon as I've arrived back into this country. Extreme. It started in Australia, and I've got a little video of my stomach having all these massive spots all over it after they poisoned me. Then I've got all this mold videos which show that I've had a lot of bioweapons used against me. It's the thing is the mold was growing within a day, and same as my tents. They're growing within a day, rapidly growing black tarry mold all over my tent. It wouldn't do that. And in this time, I can't no matter how many needs and how much I address these human rights abuses, it doesn't matter because they're treating this fascism regime where only hot people matter, or only your status, or only this, or only that, but they're really damaging my reputation, and he's very much holding me hostage in a toilet video, which I'm being blackmailed by. You see, this has happened for almost 8 years now, and I'm just saying I made right choices in my life. I have real stable foundation, which he's totally dug up and really destroyed and made sure that I look like I'm a lazy fat pig, but I'm not. I'm going through rapid decline in immunity. I'm going through this horrific shame of these lies about relationships, and then I'm also being constantly attacked with chemicals. He needs to be caught. This isn't an operation of yeah, we're the government, we can do what we want, or yeah, we're paying the government to build these structures, we can do what we want. No, you don't just kill people. I've got a graphic design background. It's enough to not make me a black coloured woman that's worthless. Do you know what I mean? It's like real persecution of disability rights. They also are real undercutting my rights to privacy. He's a blackmailer on tour and blackmailing me with social injustice, making me look bad. He's keeping me at $1 and he's abusing me. And I want to say I'm not a grumpy person by nature. I'm grumpy when things are not right. I'm lightly autistic, I think, but we haven't diagnosed it. But there's no mental health issues. The thing is I'm a positive person. I just am not. There's no way out. There's no positivity when he's locked me out of my own right to be a rising worker. Every time I go to work, I'm going through violence. So why is it every time I go to work, why would somebody that's such a superstar be threatened of me? Because I was doing art in Australia and they just poisoned me, made me look ugly, destroyed my face. I came here and I didn't know what to do, so I went camping and I realised I'm in a massive problem where they were tagging me as a cockroach and telling the residents to spy on me all over Waiwera. They're doing these spies all over this country and making me look like I'm a trash bag. It's a Nazi revolution. It's really evil. I shouldn't have. If I'm the bad guy and you're blaming me, why are they allowed to come into my room for 7 years, these gangs? They obsessed over taking control over my life and I don't like it. It's terrorism. That's taking my coffee I bought this morning. He persecutes me. I pay your wage. This dole money's your money. And it's no, but those were my friends that we built. Your government paid me back. You're Chinese integrating in this community, taking away everything that we built. You pay me back for the persecution of this kiss that I'm fucking gross. You pay me back for the van and the rape footage. You pay me back for the way that I cannot communicate to anybody in the public. You've got all these shops outcasting me. You have massive books. You won't let me communicate to one person. You've stolen absolutely everything that I worked for. I went to a communication course only 2 years ago and they've stolen me going to Massey. They've stolen me anything I want to do in my life. This family beats me up and they're like, that's our daughter. Our daughter deserves that. So all these girls start to be influencers. So I wanted to go to a festival. They made a massive festival, making sure they all had fun and stopped me from being part of anything. And just basically outcasted me of any friendship groups at that Hamas festival where I got kidnapped. I went overseas because I was like, that's not who I am. And as soon as I went overseas to Sweden, for asylum, they've told them that I need psychiatric help. I'm saying there's no ethics in this. I've already been persecuted. My tits were abused and hanging out and I was filmed illegally. I went to ACC and they've just worked to sabotage that that's a reality. They started having court cases that I'm this big bitch to these men and I cry wolf all the time and I want them to be bad. I don't want Reuben to be bad. I don't want to smear his name. I don't. If I find out he's invading my family, I'm having a meltdown about it. Am I not allowed to say, oh, I hate him? It's not like a massive deal where I'm going and I'm not like his ex-wife who rings absolutely all of his workplace. Look at his ex-girlfriend. Look at the ass of her. Look how fat she is. Look how gross she is. I don't do that shit. I don't invade his workplace. I just am saying on a video to my own people that I'm trying to talk to, not I didn't make these go viral. I don't have the power to do that. They do. So stop blaming me for things that I'm innocent about. Start paying back what you took. You've taken away the land. You've put me on this dark net trying to scare people. I'm in some mental asylum and it's all dark and creepy and I'm not into that stuff. I was a light worker. At the moment, I'm not anything. I'm just a battered woman that wanted a little bit of peace and was victimized and wanted to go overseas. And I started all these projects and they took it off me. All these projects to do with, like, I was making organizers in my room. I was making artwork. I was creating fudge. They've stolen it all from me, the 5. And they don't take responsibility for the violence they put me through and the starvation. You can't stop, all the social systems, everywhere I go, they are banning me having help. And I want you to look at my walls. Oh, I can't do it this way. Can you see all these matches? Can you see these matches? These are all the holes in the wall. So if I go through anything, if I go into any room, they drill holes and pour in a whole lot of chemicals, or they put foam into my foods, or they put dry powder into my clothing and I'll get a burn. So on my life, all of my body just got burnt the other day and it was really painful. It wasn't from sweat. My mum's like, oh, it's sweat, you don't wash. And it's like, I do though. I've got baby wipes. It's fungal. They keep attacking me with real toxic bacterias because they're in a massive, one of those industries that makes people into traffic victims. And as soon as I got here, I was in a tent in Waiwera trying to sort out what was going on in writing, and I found out that they were to the bone raping me in that tent like I was trash. I want proof about it. This is only recently. And I thought they'd caught the guy because I read that Ford caught the guy, but it looks like Ford is going to all of my family members. Then it's I've got these Japanese that are taking away my freedoms and have basically paid for my face to be violently ruined and ugly and keep me in a toilet factory. And it's this needs to end. It's 7 years. They won't stop the TikToks. They won't stop invading my privacy. Why did they steal my food today? It's I don't have anything. And they still come into my house like they own me. They own the place. They own me. They do whatever they want to me. They've taken away my mum. The police came in and said she's got to owe all this tax unless she lets me go. And then they're just working her in a bread factory, she burns me in this bread factory, bullying me about my oyster with these other guys, these massive gangsters on the motorcycles. And so I just get killed for no reason. I'm asking, for me, I want you to put yourself in my shoes. I'm making a business of creative art. And then India's nah, we're way more prettier than you. And my landlord's we deserve a better heart than you, and just destroyed everything I was working on. I was talking about my emotions and my heart and the things that had happened. And they just campaigned. I was like a big truck driver with no heart and a big fat pig, and just somebody injected me with hormones. I got abused in my room with rapists. They've ruined my vagina. All of them were paying to entertain these gangsters that on a $1 oyster and made this girl the real star in my house. I don't know which one it was, if it was white flour or black flour, but they basically were doing that in my house. I'll go under a lie detector. I don't have anything to lose. They're ruining my life. They're taking away my citizen rights. They've denied. I've asked police for help. It just sounds like it's everything dissolves. It's they're allowed to just keep abusing me online and labouring me, and I'm not allowed any rights to any police action all these years, but the police are allowed to work me as an ugly dog that's junk on a train. How does that work? Since when did the system work like that? It's I'm in real distress. I'm somebody that was really progressive and emotional depth and learning these things, and they've just decided to strip this off me while I'm in the middle of losing my family, in the middle of losing my right to stand up about the high quality oil. These guys were changing my car to low quality oil in Australia. And when I got back to Australia, like, because Narita's house, they were really abusing me, the kids in there, like bullying me that I'm a rapist, I'm no good with kids and all this kind of stuff. Like, and just he was like, you stink, you smell, you're fucking weird, all these things. He's like, we don't like you because all the other people said that you're fucking weird. And then I asked the kids when I went for a walk, and he said, oh, they just said you're a dead booty now. And he said you're a dead man's booty, and that they're really abusing you in a church. That's what the kids said. He said, oh, my family are really bad to you in that church. They're really treating you like you're black, and they're treating you like you're really ugly every day, and he's getting all the kids to like attack you every day. Oh, and that's a war crime. Read about it, using kids in armed conflict. Because at that time I was having all this hate online that I was ugly and talentless, all online for years, and that I'm not healthy. So I ran and went up north. I thought I was at peace, and I was hiding in Wairara. Then they had all the residents start attacking me, that I was being a pest to society, and I didn't even know I was a big problem. And these police are playing this massive blues game like of apartheid, like kicking me out of having my own social rights. I want to know why I'm denied the right to the same treatment. Like, why is it like you have to be a celebrity to be part of society now? Like, what about people that have gone through violence? What are you saying? Like, what are you saying? Are you saying that I'm the one causing this heart problem? I'm the one that shouldn't be given compassion because I'm the one causing this. I'm the one that's causing the police to do apartheid. I'm the one that's causing you to sign off all these residents to not let me be included in society, or I don't have a safe house. It's all the mob own all these houses and are doing a massive money laundering scheme. That's why all these girls that are no ones are suddenly instantly rich with massive homes. Why should I have them terrorise me and come into my home and steal my food? They're stealing my stuff. They put chemicals in everything. He films me every day and he keeps me in a vault that I'm a madman and that I'm fucking an ugly dog. How do you think I feel? He's never let me have compassion after my face got ruined. He's worked me every day and he's still got me on chains like I owe them something. They've stolen my honour. They've stolen the right to work and have the honourable life that I worked for. I was an innocent girl, like 2018. I was finishing my photography and I was working in aged care, and then I was going to try and go back to counselling once I had a real stable, affordable house, because everywhere I lived in Auckland, there was too many problems, and I was in the process of moving to a smaller town like Dunedin or Raglan, because I wanted a community that looked after my dog with me. I wanted a friend with a dog too, so that we could take turns. And it's not like that in Auckland. It's like they're just, unless you got like a big family here, and my family did help, but they're so far away and it's hard. But every time I'm getting somewhere, they put more poison in me, so my skin was bright white, glowing white. I was innocent, I had green eyes. They keep pumping me full of chemicals. And that's why I'm suicidal. It's not because I'm low worth, my mental health's bad. They cause me the mental health problems. I shouldn't. For me, it's stressful to just stop me from having support after losing people that I loved and relied on for communication and support with my brain. I want communication with people that I know, and they were not letting me communicate to anybody, and then punishing me for wanting that. And it's like, so if you're such a great superstar, why do you need all my resources too? Like, if you've got a good recipe for such a great heart, why do you take away the people that matter to me? So I got kicked out of Australia so that woman can parade Kayla around, and then they just tortured me and kicked me right out of this church and have destroyed me. And now I'm being kicked out of Auckland. They just start this wherever I go. They sacrifice me wherever, and it's like, why is he looking at me as chump change? They said they sold me to John, who prostituted me, and the guy saw me as a good catch to prostitute because I was innocent. clean woman, so they just destroyed me to all these people, like, and let all these men have sex with me for $20 down in Christchurch. Can I have the proof? Because they're all just laughing, you're a ghost citizen. I don't think it's funny that you're all included in one group and I'm not allowed anyone because of the blue stick season. It's not a season to me. Why am I not allowed compassion after all the goodness that I did for other people? I don't want to be in the middle of this.